Good morning, my lovelies. Let's dose. It's Tuesday and it's almost 9:30 in the morning. Cheers. Oh. It always tastes so bad, but not that bad. Like, it could be so much worse. Let's get water. Okay. So, I want to talk about something that I do get asked a lot on here. It is, how am I so skinny on methadone? There's a few reasons, and I'm going to share them. So first of all, there's a myth that methadone makes you gain weight. This is not true. What makes you gain weight is being off our DOC, and I can attest to this because every time I got locked up and I was very much not on methadone, I would gain tons of weight because of the fact that I wasn't on my DOC, and it's very easy to have food become the new addiction. It happened to all of my friends who were also people who struggled with the same DOC and other DOCs. Like, we started eating as like a way to fill the hole. And in jail, the food is terrible. They actually put these little thingies that look like almost like little like worms, and they're called fillers. Oh my gosh, we don't even want to get into all that. But yeah, it's not the methadone that makes you gain weight. It is not having anything to fill the hole, and so food fills the hole. And I understand this, and that's why I'm going to show my before and after pictures before I found supplements and after. And I've gone like up and down on my weight. When I had my son, I think afterwards I was actually at my heaviest. But I will put my before and after supplement picture. I want to explain the other way that I stay like super skinny and fit is that I am constantly active. I literally never sit down like during the day. I never sit down until I sleep. And I even struggle sometimes with sleep because I naturally have a high metabolism and I'm naturally so active. And when I get like into like a zone, of like cleaning or whatever, I can't stop. So sometimes I'll stay up like all night cleaning. I run. I love running. I go running with my dogs, usually with Zora. Sometimes Foxy comes too, but Foxy wants to eat everyone. She's kind of scary if you don't know her, or if you're not like super used to dogs and like their behavior and you know how to like read them. She comes across extremely aggressive, and as soon as you're like loving to her, she softens. But if you're not loving to her and you react in fear, she will feed on that. And so she loves like all the girls in my neighborhood who love dogs. She will snuggle them and stuff. But if someone acts fearful, she wants to eat them even more. So I usually go running with Zora. Foxy is kind of like my husband's dog. She bonded to him super close, and he usually takes her on walks. A lot of times we all go together. Anyways, I digress. Zora and I go running because I can let her off the leash and she's just chill. Like, she doesn't bother anyone. She just kind of runs along with me, and she's endlessly friendly and loving. And I don't think the only time she would ever be aggressive is if someone actually tried to hurt me, and then she'd probably eat them. But as long as like people are cool, she is like the kindest, most loving dog. But she does make me feel safe, because if like a coyote attacked us or something, she would defend. Like, she's such a good dog. She's like Lassie. Like, I swear, when I first got her, she jumped off my balcony because I used to have so many dogs. I would have to walk them in shifts. We had a whole bunch of little dogs, and some of them were like elderly, and so we would do like big dogs and small dogs. And I took the small dogs out, and we had just gotten her, and I didn't even think about having the balcony open. And I was like walking with all the little dogs, and all of a sudden I hear this like thud, and then I hear like running, and Zora had leaped off my balcony because she didn't want me to leave her behind. And you know, she's from the streets, like she didn't understand that I was coming back necessarily because she was brand new to me. And she actually tried, I think she did it twice, and she tried to do it again, and we started having to shut the balcony door. Now she's super, super like, she's so bonded to me. That dog is my soul dog. Her and Zuma both follow me everywhere. And if like they heard me crying, they would come running from anywhere. Foxy does that too. Like, we are so close, and they snuggle me, and my dogs are just amazing. Dogs are just amazing. But yeah, Zora is literally like Lassie. Like, she is that kind of dog, and she has like defended me and my family in so many ways. I took a walk once, and there was a snake, like I guess like out on the walkway or whatever, and I didn't even see it, and I'm running, and all of a sudden she dives in front of me, and I see this snake like take off. Like, she would never let anything happen to me. It's kind of amazing. She is the like modern day Lassie, and I love her. I love my dogs. But anyways, yeah, I'm like a super, super active person, and I have a naturally high metabolism. But you know, anyone can gain weight depending on lifestyle. But that's why these supplements give me endless energy also. These are available on pharmacy. It's the only place you can get them, the only place. But if you're interested, you can ask me because I have my own address to purchase them. Anyways, this is not like an ad. I was just trying to answer that because people always ask that, like, why are you so skinny? You can be anything on methadone, like if you take care of yourself. But it is a learning process, and not because of the methadone, but because our lifestyle changed. Like, we used to be able to eat. I would just sit there and eat like bags of candy because it didn't matter, because I was using substances that like stripped away everything. So it's like a learning process. I need to take better care of my body. But methadone, that is a myth that methadone makes you gain weight. That is a huge myth. Everyone in jail that came off of substances gained tons of weight because they were off the substances. They weren't running around, you know, getting the substances. And we just sat there. Some of us would like pace around the little yard, you know, and take walks because we didn't want to sit there. But it's a whole lifestyle change. And so if you don't take account for that, it's really easy to fall into traps of just sitting and eating. But that has nothing to do with methadone. That has to do with a new lifestyle of not being on substances that make you skinny because that's what they do. Because there's so much crap in there that, yeah, it just strips away any nutrients. Plus, we put the substances before food. I know I did. Like, if I didn't eat for a week, that was okay as long as I stayed well. So yeah, I had to learn a whole new way of being, but this is what I look like. This is what I've always looked like. I've always been teeny weeny. And as long as you adjust your lifestyle, you will look the same as you're supposed to. It's not about methadone being whatever. It's about finding ways of being healthy in life, because that's just how it works. So I want to like debunk that myth. Methadone doesn't make you gain weight. Getting off of substances and having nothing to do, not being used to the new metabolism of your body, and, you know, filling that hole with like carbs and sweets, that is what makes you gain weight. So let's just make that very clear, because that is the truth. And on methadone, off methadone, I gained weight off of substances, period. I ran out of time.